Hello, it's your girl J Bell here on 93.3 The Q, and I've been raving about The Lion King, the #1 musical across the country. They're here in Albuquerque, and I have two of the actors from the play, Timon and Pumbaa. Brady, he goes by Brady, and then Nick, I'm sorry, I don't want to mispronounce your name.
I just want to hear you try it.
Don't make
Give
me
it
do
your best
it.
shot.
Please don't make me do
Come
it.
on.
Corleone.
That's what I thought. Corleone. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Timon and Pumbaa is in the building. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this interview since I saw the play on Thursday. So let's just go ahead and get into it real quick. Okay, first things first. How did you both get into Broadway?
Go for it.
Well, in 1997, they were casting the original cast, and I happened to be around, and they needed somebody to help with the casting, so they asked me to be a reader, which is basically the partner of the people that were coming in.
Right.
And Julie Taymor saw me and thought I was awesome. Well, why wouldn't she? And that's how I got my foot in the door in The Lion King way back in 1997.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got to do it on Broadway for about 12 years, and then I'm back. I'm back, baby.
I was going to talk about that with you a little bit later in the interview. And then, Nick, how about you?
It's a carbon copy, except 13 years later. Same thing. They're doing a big cast change. They're bringing in all kinds of performers to sort of revamp the cast. And I was a reader, and if you are a reader, you're gonna hear that all day, a couple days in a row, reading all the parts. And
Right.
it was like, all right, but can you do it? Yeah, you bet I can do it.
I bet I can do it.
Which is interesting because I want to know, you started in 1997, you came in 13 years later. Have either one of you guys seen the original animated movie or the live action film?
Absolutely.
I have not seen the live action film.
Okay.
But of course, I saw The Lion King when it first came out. It was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, wore the VCR out with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then when I have a kid, I mean, we just, first it was videotape and then it was DVD. And they're
Right.
just destroyed.
Now it's on Disney Plus, right? So when you were auditioning for these, for the role of Timon and Pumbaa originally in 1997, 13 years later, did you take anything from the animated version that kind of helped you kind of take this role and say, okay, I'm going to be just exactly like him? Or did you kind of watch it and say, how can you make this your own but still make it true to the original character?
The short answer is yes and no. The play is so completely different from the animated film and the live action film. The puppets make it interesting in the fact that it's restricting in some ways, but yet freeing in other ways, so that you can't replicate the performance that's on the specific, particularly the animated film. Don't you feel?
Yeah. And it's great. They gave us freedom to sort of be free with not imitating the original folks.
Yeah, bringing ourselves to the
like,
role.
There's a vibe, a kind of streetwise, wannabe wise guy thing.
Right.
And we're like, if we're in that pocket, then really it's up to us to make it, like you said, make it ours, which is so freeing and great.
Now, the first thought you were thinking when you guys actually got the role of Timon and Pumbaa, because, I mean, let's just be honest, they're two of the most popular characters
in the history of the world.
There you go. That's the way to put it. But in the whole Lion King universe, essentially, they're two of the most popular characters.
I for one, at first I couldn't believe it. Like, really? You want me? And then it was like, oh, man, I get to play the coolest characters in the world. And what was really fun and freeing about it was working on it with the director and with the music people and the other actors. It was a dream come true for me.
Yeah, and I walked home literally from the casting studios.
Right.
Went to a Blockbuster Video and got the DVD of Lion King 1.5, which, as you know, focuses entirely on Timon and Pumbaa.
Right.
To tell my daughter, I was like, "Oh, hey, guess what?"
Oh my God!
Yeah, that was the calling card.
That is so freaking cute. I'm pretty sure she jumped up and down with joy.
Yeah,
like,
she's pretty stoked. Yeah.
Okay. So then let me ask you this, because, you guys, you all wear costumes throughout. But what I was reading is that your costume is 15 pounds and 45 pounds. How do you even make yourself move? Like, how do you teach yourself to move with it to make it as one? You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like it would take a process.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But again, it's just so much fun. Like just from the very get-go, the very first entrance is so much fun. We're chasing the buzzards away from little Simba, right? Out
Right.
in the jungle. It's like, yeah. So you're already like at 10 just at the very first entrance. And from then on, it's just so much fun.
Yeah, and it's they're pretty gracious in the fact that you don't have to do it all at once. So a lot of times you're just standing with your gear, your puppet, in front of a mirror,
Right.
and you're not worrying about the singing or the scene work. You're just saying, all right, how do I animate this?
Right.
Which is a great way to be just like, hey, it's not, you don't have to get it all right, like you said, that 100% at the end that you're going to start with. You're just going to be like, kind of learn it and take your time, and 5-6 weeks later, you should
And after a while, you sort of choreograph the puppet to come alive in a way that you want it to.
Right.
Like I have a 3-act play going on underneath the nose of Pumbaa because at certain times I'm moving the eyes, other times I'm lip syncing, other times I'm sniffing things.
Right.
And you sort of learn the choreography, as it were, to the performance that is yours. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely, that's right.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna tell you this. I appreciate Broadway actors a lot more after watching you guys because you literally have to make the whole scenario or like the whole film up and seeing everything visually through your mind. And that takes a lot of work, right? Like the process, it takes a lot of work. And so when I was watching this, I'm like, oh my God, like how do you guys do this? And you have to memorize all these lines and you're doing all these movements. And I really was curious about the puppets because I was like, oh my God, there's no way you can sit there and move with it. But my favorite part in the whole movie is, of course, when Simba is lying there after, his father passes away, Mufasa, sad. But Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Right?
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it. The end of the first act.
A life philosophy.
It is one of the most popular songs behind I Can't Wait to Be King, in my opinion. How does it feel to sing that every day? And you probably have millennials like myself that come up to you and be like, that song has saved my life in so many ways. How does it make you feel to sing that every night, knowing that?
It feels daunting if you were to think about it. If you stopped and said, hey, I'm a performer and I'm about to sing a very popular song, that would be daunting. But in the moment, it's so what comes there. You see this guy who's kind of down and it just kind of goes, hey, we'll do what we do. And it feels very, again, freeing. It just kind of says, we're just going to talk to you as opposed to think about years and years of the Disney echelon, people who have come with tattoos, Hakuna Matata tattoos.
Right, exactly.
No, this is just our motto, and I'm going to share it with you right here in this scene. So, yeah.
I love that. All right, so this question actually is for Brady, because when I was reading, you've played Timon, Pumbaa, and Zazu.
I have indeed.
Which one is your favorite?
I love them all. I love them all. I find myself more of a Timon type, right? So
Okay.
I'm a little sarcastic, and I'm a little New Yorkie, and I'm a smart-mouthed kind of guy naturally. But that doesn't mean that I don't love playing Pumbaa, who's a little slower and much sweeter and much more likable. And then Zazu is for me the one that I have to work on the most. It's a high-class, butler-esque type of
Right.
Downton Abbey type person, which it doesn't fit me as easily as the other two.
Okay, and then Nick, let me ask you this, because you just joined the cast 13 years later. Who was your favorite character to watch?
Okay, I hate to say it, Scar.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Okay.
that sort of, slinky, manipulative. He's just, he's a really fun to watch, and he's animated beautifully, and Jeremy Irons was just incredible. So yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah, the guy that actually plays Scar in the musical, he's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we're
A1.
so lucky. Yeah,
We're so lucky to have him.
Okay, last question. 5 reasons people need to go see this musical in Albuquerque. 5 reasons. Give them to me.
You'll never see anything like it again. It's the most amazing spectacle show on earth.
Yeah, And we've said that even if you think you know what to expect, if you haven't seen it, you don't have any idea what's coming. It's really a surprise and a delightful surprise.
I'm in it, so you should come see me, and Nick's there too. You can come and see him. And we are very funny on stage.
Yeah, we have this beautiful international family that we take all around North America, and it's unique and it's really beautiful. And
Do you remember how many millions of people have seen it so far? 9 million, something like that. 19 million, some amazing amount
It's a
of
lot.
people.
Yeah.
And that many people can't be wrong.
that's right.
So yes, that's my fifth.
The math doesn't lie.
The math doesn't lie. People have come back to see it many, many times, and now they're bringing their kids. They saw it when they were kids, and now they're bringing their kids because they had such a good time.
Nice. And you know what? I didn't get to ask.
21 million.
21 million. Wow.
I said 9. I'm crazy.
Like McDonald's served 59 billion. The Lion King musical has served 21 million.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't get to ask you guys is you two's dynamic. You play off of each other really well as Timon and Pumbaa. How, like, the process of building that relationship, to get that comfortable, to know who's going to do
Well,
what.
we're polar opposites. I'm the nice guy who loves everybody, and Nick just he hates everything.
Yeah, that's right. So we just have to copy the other one. It's like Face
Yeah,
Off.
it's
I'm
like Face Off.
Travolta, he's Cage, and we
Exactly.
Well, obviously, very comedic timing there.
part of it's equal parts letting the story do the work, because the story is well written, well crafted,
Right.
and then it's also going, oh wait, but me in this story is this. So it's really a blend of your natural instinct of timing and the timing that's written.
Right, and the relationship that we have built, right? So I trust him, he trusts me. There's a lot of give and take in the show that we as people and as actors give one another. And what's so nice about Nick, and I will only say one nice thing about Nick, he's a very giving on stage, right? So if I make mistakes all the time, I did just on Sunday, didn't I?
A mistake? No, that's the way
That's the way it goes, right? That was Sunday show. Nick never bats an eye, and he's always like right there for me, and I hope that I'm there for him in the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like we're each other's safety nets, and the story's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So
yeah.
we kind of just get out of the way.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Brady, Nick, for stopping by the J Bell Show. I love having you. Can I get a little Hakuna Matata before y'all leave?
You've already been providing tons of Hakuna Matata, but do you mean the song?
The song, just a little bit.
No worries.
Yeah. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing craze.
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
It's our problem-free philosophy.
Hakuna Matata. Hey, we did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, buy your tickets for The Lion King. If you don't, you're going to miss this wonderful show. They're in town till November 5th. Once again, fellas, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.